Hello, my 7.5ers. I'm finally back on. I'm recovering from a cold that I had. Yeah, I'm happy to be back to bring some content for you. I know that you have been already again impatiently waiting for me. I hope you had a good slide into the new year. Or how do you say it in English? You had a good one. You started your new year well, and I hope you are all healthy and doing fantabulous. And I wish you the best for this new year to come, and wish you that you started with good intentions and good ideas and with a good purpose for the new year. So first of all, my disclaimer: this is my only channel, my only public channel, my only channel that I communicate to the world. I laugh because I think, or how do you say this? I assume that this will be heard while I am recording it somewhere else. So I let it in this foggy sentence. Yes. So, not by me, by the way, not by my intentions. So this is my only channel that I communicate to the world, with the world. My only public channel. I don't have any paid channel, and I never had any paid channel, neither on YouTube nor anywhere else. On no platform in the world, nowhere, I never had any paid channel, and I never had any private other channel without pay in the world that posted publicly content. Nothing. And when you see something like this, please report it or ignore it. It is not me. I wanted to add that what I say always is a general content, general readings, general thoughts for all you 7.5s plus XXX. When you resonate with my content and you think, well, she must be talking about me, this is intended to be a general content, can resonate, or it is positive for you when it resonates, so it gives you something to think about it. And if you, on the other hand, feel offended by me saying something general, but you being personally offended by resonating, maybe there is something you should think over in your life. And all other similarities are accidentally and not on purpose. So either you don't come back and don't watch the content when you are offended, or you take it as a chance to think your life over. I just watched a reading where the reader said, well, because you don't like what you see in the mirror, you destroy the mirror. But maybe you could think about what you are able to change when you don't like what you see, what reflects back on you. So enough for that. I had a download as always, and I'm not the person to sweet talk, as you have already realized. You have to go somewhere else to be sweet talked. That's not my fashion. And so I'm starting the year with something for me very important, for everyone. That's why I put it up here. So I'm putting it in a little story or in an image so you can relate better to it. So imagine you as a parent, your child is already in school, and one day she comes home crying, really upset, and telling you, dad, or mom, I was beaten up in school. There were 3 or 5, or take it like you want, people that came together, and one helped me and one beat me, and so on, so on, so forth. And my best friend stood beside and watched, but he didn't come to help me. And can you imagine? Oh no, I spoiled the story now. I wanted to tell first the other position, so I can start over. Delete what I said before. We delete it, and I start again. So the kid comes home and said, "Daddy, mommy, they have been beating another boy, and I was watching." And the daddy, and you as a parent, ask, "But you didn't beat them actively, did you? You didn't join in." And the child tells you, no, daddy, mommy, I didn't join, but I stood and watched. And then you as a parent say, well, as long as you didn't actively join in, it's okay. I understand that you didn't go and help, as long as you didn't join yourself. And it's okay, I understand, and we just go on and don't talk about it anymore. You can say, and we play as if nothing had happened. Okay? So this was the first part of the story. And now the second part that I already said comes. Child comes home. The story is the other way around. It's flipped. The child comes home and says, "Daddy, mommy, I was beaten by many others, and my best friend stood beside," or my friends, they stood beside and they didn't come to help me. Would you then, as a parent, still say, "Oh, well, that's okay, I understand them, that they didn't come to help you, and it is okay"? And would you say to the friends of this little girl or boy, your child, would you tell to the friends, "Well, I understand that you didn't come to help and that you just watched, and we just go on as if nothing had happened"? You wouldn't. So why do we tend to measure with 2 different rules? What is it? Because if you think it is not right to just stand and watch when it's concerning your own child, Why is it okay to watch when it's somebody else's child? And you can transfer, as always with my content, this in our adult life. So it doesn't have to be a child in school. It can be anybody. And why do we split this up? And this is a question for it's questioning humanity, humanitarian beliefs and convictions. Why do we measure? Why do we? I don't know the term. I'm sorry. I heard it in a reading, but I forgot it. But you understand what I want to say. Why do we treat the same thing different when the one time it's concerning us, our own life, and the other time it's concerning somebody else's lives, and suddenly it doesn't matter anymore if there is injustice and cowardly behavior that is harmful for us or for our children or anyone in our life. That was the first download. So maybe we should all constantly try to flip it around. That's also what the Bible says when they say we shouldn't do anything to somebody else that we should not want, that we that we don't want to be done to ourselves. These are the necessary failures when you don't speak in your mother language. And I don't speak in my mother language because YouTube still hasn't fixed my captions. Hello, YouTube. So when I make videos in German, they won't be able to be watched by other nations in other languages. And so I talk in English. Hello, YouTube. Can you please fix my captions? Thank you. And the other download, so yeah, I wasn't finished. We always should switch things up and change the position from our position to the other position. And yes, it involves you. It involves you. It involves everybody. So don't think somebody else should switch up his or her position when you are not able to switch up your own. That's the first thing I wanted to say. And then I wanted to keep it short today. And the other thing, I had a download about the Hermit card, or about the Hermit mode, the Hermit vibe. And the thing I downloaded about it, because I saw this card 100 times before. Look at his coat. And I wanted to say, by this way, I've stumbled across a channel here. I unfortunately don't know, I don't remember by now the name, but maybe I will link it below under the video. And this is a channel, she explains the deeper meaning of the head, what the figures in tarot have on their head, and what it means, and what it means also when they don't have something on their head, when the head is blank, just the hair without a crown or a band or something like this. And this is very interesting. I watched the first video of her, very interesting. So I had to stop for a quick moment the video. What did I say? I was talking about the channel that I found on YouTube that is very interesting and that I will link for you. And so let's take a look at his coat, at his clothing. So it is no royal or of clothing of any royal or other high status, or that we can assume what status he got. He just has a woolen cloth with a hoodie, and he's standing alone on the top of a mountain. And I think it should transmit to us that it has been a long way for him, and that he had been alone for all the time. And what I wanted to talk about the clothing is the deeper meaning behind it. Means we are only able to truly find ourselves, I won't say in poverty, not in poverty by other circumstances, maybe sometimes also, but by reducing to the minimal things in life, to the basics. Let's say it like this: reduce to the basic. And when your outer world is reduced to the basic, only then you are able to find your inner basics. Let's say it like this. And we all have to readjust our lives frequently to align with our inner basics, or with the inner basics of life in general, like love, faith, hope, justice, courage, purpose. And where in this we find ourselves, where we want to put ourselves concerning all these basic and meaningful things. Without these basics, life doesn't make sense. Without standing on these basic principles and basic values. That's what I wanted to say. And this was a sudden revelation for me, that the outer world, we have to make an active move to reduce the outer world. That's what I wanted to say. And we can do it by, I have to tell it to myself. We always have to tell it ourselves also. Less digital consume, less noise, less eating trashy meals, less being influenced by other meanings, thoughts, maybe threats and bondages to some other opinions, expectations. We have to detach sometimes from all these bonds to go back into our basics, and this is only possible in silence and solitude. Whatever way you choose, by doing yoga, going to retreats, going on traveling, maybe alone. It is your choice, and everyone chooses his own path. But my revelation and my download about this card and about the process of hermiting is solitude. Simplicity is also coming to mind. Solitude, simplicity, and basic. What did I say before? Solitude, simplicity. And yeah, I just wanted to give you this as a hint, or as something to think about, where in your life you give yourself the chance to detach from everything around you, to detach as far as possible, being in nature, being alone, being in silence, and listen to your inner voice, listen to your heart and to your inner truth that can be so easily be hidden by all that noise in our world and all the streams of thoughts and meanings, political and otherwise. Yeah, these are the two things I wanted to share and to give to you. And as always, I hope you have a wonderful day wherever you are. I hope you are doing fine, well, and I'm sending you my love and my blessings. And until next time.